Welcome, mailplussers, to this afternoon's quiz. Happy Thursday to you, and a reminder that today's game is the penultimate mailplus trivia live before tomorrow's grand finale. So there's only 2 more chances to nail those 10 questions and receive a cash reward. I'm your host, Beric Livingston, and I'll be by your side to help guide you through the questions. And what's at stake? Well, if you do manage to answer all 10 questions correctly, as I'm sure you know by now, you'll end up winning yourself a portion of that £1,000 prize. So, almost for the final time, let's run over those rules. I'll be asking you multiple choice, general knowledge questions touching upon a diverse selection of topics we know you'll enjoy. As soon as the questions are asked, the countdown clock will start, and that 10 seconds runs out at quite a pace. So be quick when choosing your final answer. 10 right answers for those 10 questions means a share of that £1,000 will be yours to keep. The fewer players left at the end, the bigger the share of the prize you'll receive. So let's hope your questions come up today. We've had some people win the full 1,000, so anything is possible. If you get one wrong, you'll be out of the running for the cash, but you can still play along for fun. And of course, you can tune in tomorrow where you'll be able to give it one last go. Tomorrow will be our final game, but what a way to see the show out if you do end up finishing with a flourish. Right then, folks, I believe it's time to roll those sleeves up and start answering some questions. Question 1. Which Michael Jackson hit starts with, "She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene"? Billie Jean, Norma Jean, or Denim Jean? Along with being a hugely successful musician, Michael Jackson was also the co-chair of Exeter City Football Club, alongside Uri Geller. Strange but true. These are the first lyrics of the song Billie Jean. It was one of the highest selling singles of all time, and its video kick-started MTV's significance in popular culture. Well done, 89% of you getting that one right. Question 2. What creatures were frequently used to bleed patients in the 19th century? Spiders, leeches, or mosquitoes? If you've ever wondered why barbershops have the red and white spiral poles outside, this is because historically barbershops would offer the service of bloodletting as well as haircuts. The red symbolises the blood and the white the bandages a patient or victim would have to wear afterwards. Leeches were used in this process, and some medicinal practices still use leeches today since they can help improve blood flow in an area of tissue that has poor circulation. And as you all know, good blood flow is vital to healing. Question 3. What do the opposite sides of standard dice always equal? 6, 7, or 8? Machine-made dice almost always have a very slightly unbalanced weight, meaning that they favour falling on a particular number. So casinos often hand-make their dice to make sure they fall evenly, and they frequently make them almost transparent to ensure that the dice are not loaded with any type of weights. The opposite sides of dice should always add up to 7. The origins of dice are not totally clear, but very early specimens were found in an archaeological dig in Iran dating back to 2500 BC. However, there are 40,000-year-old cave paintings that seem to depict objects resembling dice, although it's not clear what they might have been used for. And speaking of games, let's have a look at our game board, where I can see that there are 1,654 of you definitely using your skill, maybe a touch of luck, answering all 3 of those questions correctly. Well done to you, and I hope you've started as you mean to go on. Question 4. Which of these is a female character in the game Cluedo? Mustard, peacock, or plum? Originally, rather less subtly called murder, Cluedo was invented during World War II, with the intention of being used as entertainment for people stuck in shelters during air raids, although it took so long to manufacture that it was only officially released in 1949 after the war had finished. The characters include Colonel Mustard, Professor Plum, and Mrs. Peacock. Amongst the weapons used in the very first version, which were chosen by the creator's wife, were an axe, a small bomb, and a hypodermic needle, all slightly more extravagant implements than the candlestick and others we know today. Question 5. What is the correct name for the Adam's apple? the esophageal extension, the laryngeal prominence, or the gorget cartilage? The Adam's apple is the name given to the prominent thyroid cartilage on the front of the neck that's often more apparent in men, but it is not specific to them. Women have them too. Its scientific name is the laryngeal prominence. Other than to protect the vocal cords and larynx, the Adam's apple doesn't seem to serve much of a function. There's even a procedure to reduce the size of it called a chondrolaryngoplasty. Now let's see, 82% of you got that one right. We shall move on to question 6. What was the name of the 4th book in the Harry Potter series? Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, or Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix? Harry Potter is the best-selling book series in history, with 500 million copies distributed worldwide, so there's a good chance you'll have them on your bookshelf to check. This is where you'll be thankful if you're one of those people that organises things chronologically. It's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And if you thought being an actor was easy, Daniel Radcliffe's underwater scenes in the movie took him 6 months to prepare for, 6 weeks to film, and sometimes he was underwater for as much as 3 hours at a time, sustaining 2 ear infections during the process, suffering for one's art. We will come on to question 7 in a moment, and the final straight. We are ramping it up a gear. So we've got Abby123, we've got Bedazzled, we've got Honey Zero, and Seek Sun there, Marcus 2. Well done, you've got this far, but let's see what you're truly made of. Question 7. How are the famous duo Charles and Gerald better known? The Marx Brothers, Calvin and Hobbes, or Mills and Boone? Now, going by just one name is known as being mononymous, and there are a number of people who have legally become mononymous, including Hirohito, Cher, and .com Guy. But the answer you're looking for here is Gerald Mills and Charles Boone, who are better known as the publishing duo Mills and Boone. Founding their publishing house in 1908, they originally focused on general fiction, printing authors such as P.G. Wodehouse and Jack London, but from the 1930s they famously began to specialise in romantic fiction, and the rest is history. Nowadays in the UK we buy one of their books about every 4 seconds. Now that threw quite a few of you. Over half went out on that question. 335 of you still in the game. Congratulations. We got 3 questions to go. Here's question 8. Which of these was not one of David Bowie's alter egos? Percy Thrillington, Aladdin Sane, or Halloween Jack? David Bowie's famously different coloured eyes were actually both blue, but one of his pupils was permanently dilated, giving the impression it was a darker colour. This was the result of a schoolyard scrap over a girl in which he was hit in his left eye, causing paralysis to his iris. Percy Thrillington was actually an alias that Paul McCartney created, not David Bowie. The moniker Aladdin Sane, wordplay of course on Aladdin Sane, was said to have been inspired by his half-brother who suffered from schizophrenia, and Halloween Jack was the eye patch-wearing alter ego who debuted alongside the release of his album Diamond Dogs in 1974. The penultimate question of the penultimate quiz. We still have 254 players remaining. Let's see how many of you can crack this one. Question 9. Which of these is not a real name for an animal? Wonderpus photogenicus, pink fairy armadillo, or satanic puffbird? There are so many types of animal out there that scientists often have to get creative with their naming. Some of their best work includes the paradoxical frog, the pleasing fungus beetle, and the raspberry crazy ant. The satanic puffbird, however, is not the name of a real animal. Wonderpus photogenicus is a type of octopus with a distinctive red and white pattern like that of a clownfish, and the pink fairy armadillo is the smallest species of armadillo around. It has silky yellowish white fur and a flexible pink shell. Sweet. And that brings us on towards our final question. We still have Natasha D, we still have Pat 6, Mystic 18, you're still in the game, and we just have one final hurdle to overcome. I hope you're feeling confident. I'm wishing you the best of luck. Here it is. Question 10. Who was the last American president to be born a subject of the British Empire? William Henry Harrison, Martin Van Buren, or Barack Obama? In total, there have been 45 presidents of the United States, the first being George Washington in 1779. 8 of them were born British subjects. But the last president to be born a subject of the British Empire was Barack Obama. Now, you may know that his birthplace was Hawaii, but he did also officially have Kenyan citizenship upon his birth through his father, at a time when Kenya was still a part of the British Empire in 1961. He lost that citizenship automatically on his 23rd birthday. And another tricky question there for the penultimate game. I am not disappointed. Some really difficult questions along the way, and this final one seems to have been the most difficult question of all, because just 11% of you managed to get it right. 21 winners today. Congratulations to Eric 13, to Kirsty 1, to Rob 88, and to every one of you who managed to smash 10 questions in a row out of the park. Not easy, but you did it. That is another mailplus Trivia Live game down, and we only have one more to go. Over the course of the run of our quiz, we have seen 35,000 of you registering to play. We've given away over £40,000 in prize money, and more than 2,000 of you have won a game, some of you more than one. So thank you all very much for taking the time to check us out and play along. We hope it's been a successful way to keep you occupied during the past trying months. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and tune in tomorrow to see if you've got what it takes to win our grand finale. We look forward to welcoming you then. Goodbye for now.